Well, good morning. I hope you can hear me okay. Mark Walter from Hurtigruten Expeditions. Thank you very much for joining me this morning, and obviously a special thanks to the team at TTG and the Expedition Cruise Network. So much really has been happening with Hurtigruten Expeditions in the past 6, 12, 8, even 18 months. We won't be able to cover everything that's been going on in this short time we have, but I'll do my best to bring up to speed, including the announcement yesterday that from December we will be rebranding as HX. So a very exciting time for us with a new logo, a new fresh look, and a new direction. More of that I'll cover shortly in a minute, but it really does mark an epic and important step in our exciting journey of exploration that we are now currently on. So we've been sailing for 127 years since we first pioneered expedition cruising, sailing to Svalbard back in 1896. So it's a very long and prestigious heritage that we are proud of. So at HX, obviously Hurtigruten Expeditions, we take adventurous travellers to inspirational destinations across our really beautiful planet. We have voyages going to over 150 itineraries, 250 countries, over 5 continents. But we are the world's largest and leading expedition cruise company. And more importantly, I guess it's our ambition, our goal to become one of the most sustainable too. But we have a plan, of which I'll share with you in a minute. So for those of you who don't know much about us, we operate a fleet of small custom-built expedition ships, including the world's first hybrid electric-powered cruise ship, MS Roald Amundsen. And she really does set the environmental bar, very high for others to follow. So we want our guests to explore the world with us together, learn as we go along together, and really only leave positive footprints.
All the choices you take in your life will have some sort of an impact, in one way or another. Throughout our more than 125 years of operation, we have witnessed the impact of climate change on vulnerable areas. Coming from Norway, a part of the world blessed extensively with pristine nature, pure water and clean air, we value what we have and want to keep it that way. That is why we made some fundamental decisions on how we operate years ago. We are here to raise spirits for good. For whom, you might ask? Our answer will be for you, for the people living in the small communities we visit, for wildlife, nature, and the environment. Yes, we are talking about sustainability, and we take this seriously. We want our expedition cruises to create change agents for sustainability, and we use traveling and knowledge sharing as our tools to make this happen. This is why we have adopted the UN Sustainable Development Goals as our guide to offer you sustainable expedition cruises. Our long heritage of exploration, both as a nation and as a company, creates a living legacy for today's expeditions. Through the history of mankind, going on an expedition has always been about broadening and expanding horizons. We believe that is true for today as well. Our goal is to boost and then satisfy any curiosity and knowledge you have about the destination you visit, be it its nature, wildlife, climate changes, history, or culture. We will give you authentic experiences of a destination, and to do so, we have expedition teams on board all our ships. These are experts, authors, researchers, and adventurers, handpicked for your expedition based on the destination and their specific skills. They invite you to participate in in-depth lectures and interesting activities to gain a greater knowledge of the regions you explore. And they do so with enthusiasm and passion. We think that witnessing the beauty of our planet is sure to leave a lasting impression on you, and you'll talk enthusiastically about these stunning destinations with friends and family for decades to come. To make sure you can speak informatively when you return home, every one of our cruises has a focus on the environment. It is our hope that engaging with nature on our expedition cruises will inspire you to do all you can to cherish and protect the precious world we all share. In short, when you choose to go on an expedition cruise with us, you are setting a new, more sustainable standard for expedition travel.
So it really is quite a cool video. I've seen some from your comments coming in and all the hearts. I mean, it really does tug at the heartstrings and send a bit of a shiver up the spine. But yes, we will be able to share that if anybody wants to use it and obviously use it for social media and training, whatever you need to. So Hurtigruten Expeditions, obviously now known as HX. You'll become familiar with HX in the coming months, have big ambitions. And we really need to maintain our energy and our creativity and exceed our growth plans. We are therefore a dedicated worldwide sales, marketing and commercial teams absolutely focused 100% to HX, Hurtigruten Expeditions. We're now also a global business. Obviously very proud of our Norwegian heritage, and we'll still always be related to that, but we are a global business and we're committed to attracting the very best talent to deliver the ultimate expedition experience. And therefore it makes absolute sense to base ourselves from what I class as the greatest city in the world, of course, and that's London. Indeed, our very own CEO, Daniel, is moving his family from Oslo to steer HX from the helm in our very own capital city of London. We need to build deeper and wider relationships with travel agents and tour operators, and it's an actual central part of our growth plans. Alongside a new brand and a new logo that allows us to be different and to forge a new path. Some of you may have been aware that yesterday we were delighted to announce that we will rebrand and we will become HX. The new brand, the new logo will be fully implemented from December with updated websites, brochures and social media channels. The fleet's liveries will be repainted in the coming 18 months. And in the coming weeks and months, we'll also share with our trade partners full briefs and also supporting documents and packs to help you convey the message that we're portraying. But the identity, the logo, remains firmly anchored to reflect who we are. That's experts in expeditions since 1896, made for curious and like-minded travelers, and essentially leaders in mindful adventure. So being a different kind of travel company also means constantly asking ourselves if the work we are doing will create meaningful change. And through rigorous targets and reviews, our ESG report, that's environmental, social and governance, keeps a very close eye on our performance and our 4 key pillars, namely emissions, nature, people and the community. Emissions, we want to be the best adventure travel company for the planet. So in 2022, we invested over 66 million euros in fleet upgrades and enabled us to launch another hybrid ship. And we aim to be carbon neutral by 2040 and net zero by 2050. And as humans, we are hardwired to explore. It's in our DNA, but it's the way that we explore and how it impacts the natural world that really is important. And we believe one of the best tools we have is science. That's why we have science and education programs for our guests. We want our guests to enjoy their cruise, obviously, but we also want to educate them and empower them through beach cleans, food and water reduction, and supporting endangered species through the Hurtigruten Foundation. And like any good business, our people are at the heart of what we are. We have 78 different nationalities, average age of only 39, but we embrace culture and diversity wherever we can. Key focus in particular are women and apprentices. 40%, our aim is to have 40% of female senior leadership by 2026 and 35% of female officers by 2030. Our new cadet program hosts 2 apprentices per sailing, giving them invaluable experience, training and direction in their seagoing careers ahead. And community, the community that we visited, we have to absolutely maximise people's positively impacted by the communities we visit. Each ship has access to a rapid response fund of €1,000 per sailing. This allows the crew to immediately support local charities, communities, and organisations in the places we visit at their discretion and immediately. Twice a year, however, we also have the Hurtigruten Foundation that opens up for larger applications to support worldwide projects and topics that are aligning with our own ESG pillars. So our fleet of expedition ships range from just 90 guests on board MS Santa Cruz 2, you can see in the bottom right picture there, sailing the Galapagos, to ones that have capacity of 500. When exploring Antarctica, however, we limit these ships to below maximum capacity, allowing for the expedition boat landings and setting foot ashore, an essential experience, and a point of difference to many of the megaliners that today claim to sail to Antarctica. They don't, they simply sail past it. Our premium ships are beautifully designed, offering a range of accommodations to suit all budgets. MS Roald Amundsen and Fridtjof Nansen indeed boast 50% private balconies and suites beautifully appointed. Numerous dining options on board serve first-class cuisine, locally sourced wherever possible, with wine and beer included. Hot tubs, fitness rooms, spacious observation lounge and decks are freely available on all of the HX fleet. The comfortable, informal on board, being comfortable and informal on board is essential. So walking boots, t-shirts and fleeces are the dress code of choice. Although well recognised as leader for exploration in the polar regions, we have spread our wings and now cover many remote bucket list destinations across the world, including, of course, the warmer oceans. Roughly speaking, the fleet spans our winter months in the southern hemisphere, specifically Antarctica, where in the 24-25 season, we will have 4 ships deployed from Punta Arenas and Ushuaia, visiting the peninsula, the Falklands, and indeed the incredible South Georgia. A joint venture with Metropolitan Touring allows us to sail now year-round in the Galapagos and seasonal visits to South and Central America. Once spring arrives, however, the fleet returns to northern waters, specifically the high Arctic of Svalbard, Greenland and Iceland. Alaska, the incredible Northwest Passage and West Africa all now feature, as well as much closer to home, the British Isles sailing from Dover and also indeed from Glasgow, offering the Outer Hebrides. A key feature of an expedition cruise with us are the expedition days. That's where there's flexible approach to what the day ahead may offer. The captain and the onboard teams decide where the best weather is, the most wildlife, the most vivid colours, and the landings best. We aren't governed by strict timetables or entertainment programme. We are absolutely committed to deliver the ultimate experience and life-changing moments for ours and indeed your guests aboard. So if you're very early to building your expedition cruise sails, my advice would be to focus your attention on those guests who are motivated to travel to these incredible destinations, but also want to learn and to be educated whilst they're away. They also like to participate in their hobbies, whether it be photography, bird watching, history, or indeed just improving their knowledge on the natural world. Present to them the onboard experience of our expedition teams, guest lecturers, guest experts and science centres as key points of difference to their educational experiences. Also reiterate the informality and they're travelling with very much like-minded guests from right across the world. Yes, our ships are incredibly comfortable. The facilities, the food, etc. are very, very important, but the absolute hit every time are the highly passionate teams of experts who specialise in powerful and engaging talks such as biology, archaeology, specialists in the regions, or being visited, or even just plain old history, which has a fascination all of its own. Given their level of expertise, the onboard expedition teams are well placed to make good use of state-of-the-art science centres for rock analysis, fossil and biological samples. Plus, members are also involved in their own science research and happy to share findings. Our citizen science programs on board are another way for guests to get involved, working with organisations such as Happy Whale, NASA Cloud Observation, or even Penguin Watch. The data collected and recorded by our guests contribute important scientific research to these important projects that we support. Full immersion experiences await, climb aboard an expedition boat for remote landings and indeed cruising. So, to summarize, why sail with us? Well, HX, as it's now commonly known, is on a bold, pioneering, and exciting journey. We have 127 years of very, very proud Norwegian heritage that we can lean upon. Modern fleet of ships, small enough to dock at local ports, but get intimate with nature. Green Pioneers, the world's first hybrid electric expedition ships, our ban of single-use plastic, and our unfaltering commitment to environmental protection. Inclusive value, wine and beer at meals, and activities included daily. The amazing onboard expedition teams, the incredible ship's facilities and crews, friendly, informal, and educational voyages. And finally, a little something to motivate you good people of the travel industry. If you make a booking in September, we have 10 cabins to give away for any agent that makes a booking with this month. It's easy. Book before the end of September, and you're automatically entered for a cabin for two sailing in 2024. So best of luck, and thank you for your support in that. So thank you for your time. I trust you've learned a little about our amazing company, the places we visit, our exciting future, and I thank you for your ongoing support of HX. Thank you. I don't know if anybody has got any questions, if I'm still live.